dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We are following some breaking news tonight as an appeals court has upheld a vaccine mandate put in place by the Biden administration. That ruling now clears the way for a vaccine or testing rule for companies with more than 100 employees. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration will enforce that mandate. If employees at those companies choose to not get vaccinated, they will have to have weekly COVID tests. A mandate requiring healthcare workers is being reviewed by the Supreme Court. Also tonight, Kentucky has its first case of the Omicron variant. Governor Andy Beshear made that announcement late today. He had previously said the variant was unquestionably already present in the state and just had not been detected yet. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., the governor and Kentucky Public Health Commissioner Dr. Stephen Stack will hold a news conference with more information. We will stream that news conference on Facebook Live. A person was hit by a car and died in Pike County tonight. Troopers tell us the person was hit on US 119 in South Williamson. It happened near the Walmart there. The road is now back open. The name of the person who was hit and killed has not been released. It's been 1 week tonight since the deadliest tornado event in Kentucky's history. Senator Rand Paul greeted volunteers during several stops today while visiting Western Kentucky. The senator stopped by to offer his thanks after touring the devastation in downtown Mayfield. The senator visited the memorial wall in front of the courthouse during the tour. Senator Mitch McConnell also got a look at the damage today and said this during his visit to Bowling Green.
I can only thank all the volunteers and all the professionals who've been involved in this, and just reiterate that the federal government's role in this is massive in the beginning, begins to fade down, and we'll run into challenges down the road. And I want to assure Judge, you and the whole community that we'll stay with you all the way through the process.
Senator McConnell wants Kentuckians to know that he will make sure tornado victims get the money they deserve from the federal government. Governor Andy Beshear gave at least 2 updates on storm damage today. The death toll now stands at 77, but the governor says that number could still increase as the days go on. At least 1 person is still missing from Hopkins County. Governor Beshear says an armada of help is available for the rebuilding process. Some additional help was donated today for Western Kentucky tornado victims and other states by our parent company. To help heal the heartland, Gray Television Executive Chairman and CEO Hilton Howell made a $100,000 donation. Howell said, quote, "Our hearts go out to the thousands of people impacted by these horrific storms. We know it will be a long road ahead for families and communities to heal," unquote. You can also donate to the Salvation Army by texting HL Tornado to 51555. Harlan County is one of many school districts who stuffed the bus to help Western Kentuckians. Harlan County schools and several community organizations came together to donate toiletry items, gas cans, and batteries, among other things requested by those in Western Kentucky. Those involved with the project say Eastern Kentuckians are eager to help their neighbors in Western Kentucky because they know what it's like to experience a natural disaster.
We've had several people that came through and said, I went through the '77 flood and I lost everything. And so they said they understand what it's like to go through a natural disaster.
Harlan County School Superintendent Brent Roark says he's proud of how the district and community came together to help our neighbors who are hurting. A photo from a home destroyed by the Western Kentucky tornadoes made its way from Princeton to Owensboro, finding an unlikely story as it landed. The photo of Chuck Mitchell and his son, with Chuck sporting a Harlan basketball shirt, was discovered by a family with ties to Harlan County. They contacted the Mitchells saying it was such an awesome feeling to connect and give something to the family after they originally considered the worst scenario.
And, you know, the reality hits you like this person may not have made it through the tornado, you know, so it was a very emotional thing for us too.
The family say it is a blessing to have a small connection like this during a time when everything else feels so disconnected. Hazard Independent Schools hosted its annual Star Kids Christmas today. Officials with the school system held the event at the Forum. They gave away more than 80 bags of toys. Throughout the day, parents came and picked up their designated bags. Family Resource Coordinator Tammy Feltner says the event was made possible through the community's support.
And Hazard High School always brings in their students, and they help me go shopping. They take about 50 kids, and they will go and shop. The students themselves will go and shop for my kids so that they make sure our kids will have a good Christmas.
Feltner says they help more than 160 kids in the school system. Law enforcement in Pike County responded to rumors today from a popular social media platform concerning violence in schools across the country. The rumors began to swirl yesterday about bomb threats and active shooter threats being made to schools across the U.S. After local authorities heard of the rumors, many thought there were no credible threats but were still on guard and took precautions.
It's not going to be perceived as a joke with us or with KSP or with any of the SOs. I know Sheriff Scott has children in school. I have children in schools. All the officers here do. And that's not going to work. Joke or no joke, it will be prosecuted.
TikTok officials also took to social media to comment on the situation, saying that there were no threats of violence to be found on their platform. Kentucky State Police telecommunicators who manage dispatch are essential, highly valued, and in demand more than ever. WYMT Zach Hawk met with a KSP supervisor with almost 2 decades of experience keeping critical emergency services organized.
John Stacy works at KSP Post 13 in Hazard, one of the many posts without a complete dispatch staff.
In order to be a telecommunicator, you need to be open-minded, you need to be flexible.
Those are just some of the basics. Most importantly,
it takes someone who wants to help people and cares about their community.
There are currently 45 full-time and part-time telecommunicator positions available at 14 KSP locations.
Kentucky State Police has always had high expectations, and that's from dispatcher all the way through trooper.
Before becoming a shift supervisor, Stacy was a dispatcher, learning how vital the role is.
We are the first point of contact, and therefore it's very vital for the safety of not only the caller, but the troopers, emergency personnel responding, as well as the public.
Governor Beshear wants to address the urgent need for telecommunicators. In November, he outlined a proposal that would increase starting pay from $24,000 a year to $32,000 a year.
No matter how many years of service that you have, you're always dealing with important issues in people's lives, you know, from the troopers all the way to the callers and the public.
There are open positions at Post 13, but also all across the Commonwealth. In Perry County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Kentucky State Police dispatchers played a critical role in the immediate aftermath of the tornadoes in western Kentucky. They were responsible for organizing some of the first responders on the scene. The staffing shortage in this role at KSP means some long hours, with dispatchers from across the Commonwealth rotating to help the areas with the most need.